Welcome back to Pints with Pals. I'm your host, Jason, and join with me, as always, Mike and Jeremy. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hello, guys.
Guys, how's it going? What are we drinking today?
It's going all right. We are drinking, surprise, another Michigan Brewery's beer. It's Wolverine Brewing's Massacre in, it's October, so it's kind of a Halloween themed.
Oh, yeah, that is. We're filming on Friday the 13th. Massacre,
So the
Imperial Dark Lager.
The issue with this is that it's waxed. I've not ever seen a 12-ounce bottle that's been waxed, but they do this to kind of prevent kind of any like back seeping. But I use a like a wine bottle opener. This is a really cheap one, and I just jam it in there to get it open. And that seems to work.
Doing the same
sometimes.
thing, and I'm probably going to cut myself.
Yeah, but I'm using like not a knife part of it, so it just kind of scrapes around the bottom of it.
So I just take this part and just jam it in there. Well, first spit on it, and jam it in there, pop it off.
That comes off pretty well, I would say. And then
Well, I just stabbed myself. I'm okay. I'm done.
I should play knives.
Smells.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, why does this smell like freaking bourbon? I just thought it was just an Imperial lager.
Oh, no.
Joke's on you.
Nothing about it smells like a lager.
It's an Imperial dark lager, they call it. That is definitely dark. It's got the like orangish bourbon barrel head.
Drinking out of a Goose Island glass.
I'm drinking out of a microphone glass.
A tulip?
It's pretty good. For me, it's a little on the bitter side, but I think that's the dark lager coming through. The bourbon barrel aged part kind of mellows it a little bit, but it definitely it's a dark lager. Something smell funny?
Mm-hmm. The bottle, like the wax, smells funny.
Oh, it does. It smells like crayon.
It smells fishy. To me, it smells fishy.
It's very... I feel like it tastes a lot like Founders beers do to me now, too. So it's got like that yeasty funk.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what can I compare this to? And in my head, I'm thinking Goose Island, Founders, Brothership, the ones that we've had in Chicago, or Tinley Park at least. Revolutions? I don't know, Death Tower is crazy. I think it does lean more towards the Founders. It's not, it's something, like, again, I get the back of my, it just coats the back of my throat. That's the thing I hate about barrel-aged beers. I don't know why it's a lager. I'd like to know more.
It just probably was cold brewed before they did it. The dark lager, I think Jeremy, well, what yours wasn't a dark lager though. Yours was that.
Yes, there's a black lager, so same difference. It's a Schwartz beer.
But I don't
So it's
think that
just a
they're all.
lager.
Are all black lagers or dark lagers Schwartz beers?
No,
Or does the Schwartz make it like
But
a?
it's the malt build and the hops you end up using, and the yeast. Oh, it has a unique off flavor. I'm just trying to figure out which off flavor that is. Right now, I'm just kind of skimming a bunch of common off flavors.
So the beer profile. Well, I guess let's give it the off the cuff, thumbs up, thumbs down, middle thumbs, because I'm gonna give it a middle thumb. I liked it a lot when it first came out, and now I don't like it as much.
I do the same. I think middle at the moment, because like I said, it's just a strange off flavor. I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
Sorry. Not a fan.
There are
It's fine,
different
it's just-
versions of this one too. There's a deep cut version of it too. But the beer profile on Wolverine Brewing's website says it's a deep chocolate brown color, which they nailed that. It's definitely a deep brown color. It's got bourbon and dark cherry aromas. I don't feel like I smell the cherry aromas. Oh, I do actually. Wow.
Yeah, I smell it.
Yeah, now that I've read that,
So I
and it's
smell
got-
like caramel and vanilla and bourbon.
it's
what I smell.
yeah, it's dark fruit and cocoa flavors. So I don't really know what they mean by dark fruit and cocoa flavors, but like maybe a raisin. I kind of get raisiny flavors. And then it's 14.5 ABV. Sorry.
Pretty strong.
This is
Yeah, I think it's called dimethanol sulfide, kind of or DMS. Gives like all flavors like sweet corn, cream corn, cabbage, canned cooked vegetables, oysters, sea vegetables, and tomato sauce. I definitely kind of get like a cream corn, like after myself.
when you're tasting it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a common. That's a kind of a common flavor found in lagers, anyways. So
So the Imperial
Wow,
part of
almost
it
like-
just means that they basically put a ton more of the same ingredients in, essentially, like up to double or more than that.
Imperial, yeah, usually, yeah, for the most part.
So I know that I've had a few dark lagers. They're confusing because I didn't like dark beer at the time, and then having a dark lager is like it's usually a crisp. It's like a crisp flavor when you're expecting it to be kind of like chocolatey or something, or coffee-y, especially when you're new to darker beers. And this one definitely has that like tartness. It's got like a little bit of a I want to say aftertaste, but aftertaste to it.
And
I get it.
I think
Definitely
another
bourbony.
off flavor, I guess. So I guess another one is phenolic. Is another one. Since we don't talk about a whole bunch of off flavors, and probably should start talking about them more. So phenolic will give you bitter, spicy, herbal, tea-like, clove-like, smoky, stuff like that. And I definitely get bitter, spicy, herbal notes. Like so, like when I first taste it, it's fine. Like it tastes delicious.
Yeah.
It's the after the fact that it just kind of has this weird phenolic kind of stuff. That's
Yeah, like I want to get that flavor out of my mouth.
Right. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Chasing it.
I mean,
Water or
yeah.
something.
But it's also refrigerator cold though too, right?
That's true.
So we also got to give it a chance to try to hit that 50-55 mark.
Well, on that note,
See what it tastes like
Yeah.
then.
yeah.
Hallelujah.
what have we been up to here, Mike?
Let's
what's,
see.
or Jeremy? Yeah, what's new in your?
Yeah, I'll go first. So we brought up Friday the 13th a couple times now. So tomorrow I'm going to head into Asheville, North Carolina to celebrate my son's birthday. So that should be pretty fun. They're going to go to beer gardens, which they have like over 300 different beers you can choose from and all sorts of crazy foods, cocktails, stuff like that. It's kind of like in the heart of like downtown Asheville. And then after I get done hanging out with him, I'm going to swing over to the Asheville Homebrew Store and I'm picking up 2 recipes.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to do another smash beer. This I'm going to use Amarillo hops, which should make it more fruity. That's kind of what I want. So it would still be like an APA or IPA at the end of the day, because it's just a single hop, single malt. And then I'm going to make a American Stout for a competition for November. So both are going to be about 3 gallons each. So that should be fun.
So what's an American stout versus like just a regular stout?
Not
Just
much.
the hop variety
Yeah.
or whatever you're using is probably all American grown.
There's that,
I
and
don't know.
the Irish dry stout is like the other one a lot of people compare it to. That's the whole thing of like Guinness in a way. It just leaves the mouth a little more drier than normal, where American stouts use oats, if I remember correctly. So not quite like an oat stout, but close to one. You just want a little bit of body to it.
So over the week I moved. I don't know if I talked about this or not yet. Moved all of my beer downstairs and then finally organized it. And I have too much beer. Is what I've
need
come
a-
to a conclusion.
you need to
Like we started
build an
thinking about it,
addition
we
on
like
your
started
house.
counting them. I'm like, so if we have one a week, we won't need to buy beer for another like 4 or 5 years. That's neat.
I did that.
So-
I did that with my basement.
So, yeah, my wife and I are going to stop collecting for a little while, or if we do, we're only going to get like 1 or 2 of anything, just like and have it like now and then having it like in an aged version of it. So
Probably just a
instead of
good
buying,
idea
like,
going
4 or
forward
5,
in general.
yeah, It was stupid. Well, I wasn't sure when I was ever going to be able to get it again. And
true.
when I was first doing
FOMO.
when I was first doing the beer trips and stuff, my wife didn't go with me. So like I wanted her to try it too. So like I was like, okay, well, I have to buy one to have now, and I have to buy one to have later, and then I have to buy one for Satbab or whatever the hell we're doing. So and then we were just like chasing it, and
Right.
now it's like we're kind of getting nervous because like some of the stuff might start going bad because it's not, none of it's more than 5 years old, so I don't think we're that far off. Like 2017, now 2018, and once 2024 hits, I would say 2018 is the oldest that I would be really willing to try at this point. So
Yeah, I was buying those cases of KBS, and I bought a bunch of CBS from Founders. Because I was chasing it. You had no idea, like, oh, they're never gonna come out with it again, and then they came out with it next year. Oh, they're never gonna come out with it again, and eventually they made KBS is like every year they release it. It's like, well, okay, now I have all these, both of them. Now I have all these cases of beer. I finally got through my cases of, I think I had 2017 and 2018, but I grabbed like one. I'm like, okay, I'll save one of each. But I'm never doing that again. I'm done with buying cases of beer. Except I'm very happy I got a case of Fruitwood.
oh,
sorry.
Fruitwood, FROOT. Yeah.
Yep. That might be my favorite barrel aged beer.
Is it barrel aged? It might be. It's very tasty. It's like a barrel aged sour essentially. It's not quite that sour.
It is barrel aged cherry ale. That's my jam. I love it.
Yeah, we have a couple of those in our fridge in the basement.
But for me, this weekend I'm going up north to Gaylord, Michigan. It's my buddy's 40th, so he wanted to go up there. It's actually my buddy's 40th and my other friend's 39th. So gonna go to the Snowbelt Brewery out there in Gaylord. Is really cool. I don't think we're gonna make it to Shorts. Doubt we're gonna make it all the way up to Sheboygan, but I feel like I should because
Sheboygan.
We've had so many of their beers.
Gotta give them props.
You're right. But yeah, I'm just going out there for the day, or just Saturday and part of Sunday. So not sure how much I'll get into, but excited for that. Always like going
So
to
if you
Snowbelt.
do go, you need to bring a card with you. Like, here, check us on YouTube. Pass a card around.
Yeah.
Watch these episodes.
And then give us like one of the rest of your
Swag.
beers, and we'll try them
swag.
all. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you. Do some swag.
Like we've hit the cycle on Sheboygan Brewing Company's beer list. It's like the punch
more
card.
by accident on purpose, if that makes
Right.
sense. Like, I accidentally got it, and then I'm like, oh, let's just find these. And
Yeah.
then when I was up in Michigan, I got some more of the blueberry.
The blueberry cream ale was good. Yeah.
I do like that one. Yeah.
And then I really wanted to try the Cerveza from them, and we grabbed that, and we did that one. And then they came out with like a blackberry one. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
But I want it.
I know, so do I.
Yeah, that was part of our problem. So when we had brought all our beer up here, we had stuff that we bought that was like a drink it now kind of a beer. And now we have like beers that are like 6 months old that we bought in the summertime or like before the summer because like we were expecting to drink it in the summer and then they got buried and lost and now we have to drink them in the wintertime.
Oh,
or just throw them out.
Yeah,
that's
a
happen.
problem to have, I guess.
Yeah. First world problems.
Right.
People starving in Africa. I had too much beer to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Wolverine State Brewing Company. They've been around in Ann Arbor for as long as I've been going out there, and that's what 15, 20 years.
So the based in Ann Arbor?
Yes. They're actually right by Holmes Brewery, right by Zingerman's, kind of. They're Zingerman's. They have a restaurant. They had a cafeteria or whatever. Now they have a restaurant. All sorts of other stuff. But anyway, I don't think Wolverine State always had food. They added a kitchen and they've kind of expanded their food, expanded their beer list. I like Wolverine State Brewing Company. It's just so far away from me that I can't get out there.
Yeah, when we worked out there, we were out there a lot more. But I haven't been there in years. I wanted to go during the Massacre release because there's another version of Massacre that I think is not the lager. I think it's a stout potentially that they did, and that's much harder to get. I was surprised at how much I liked this beer when I first got it, and I'm surprised now how much I don't like it after like 6 months. So I don't know if it's been sitting for 6 months and I don't like it, or if it's because I'm just not ready for. And I could have ruined my taste buds earlier today.
Right.
Sorry.
They do got some pretty interesting stuff they make. They have one. It's called the Asable. It's a rye IPL, which is Indian pale lager, basically, which sounds really good to me. I've been really digging rye beers lately. It just adds a whole different flavor complexity profile to stuff, which is really good. And then they have so they have a beer cider, which is called a Graf. So, but it's made with peaches. Granted, it's the wrong time of year for it, but that sounds really good too. So I wouldn't mind maybe next time up in Michigan or whatever, in the springtime or summertime, maybe swing by.
I think we were trying to go there, and then that ice storm happened. When
we
you
didn't
were
get a chance to do half the stuff we wanted to do. It seemed like.
No. Yeah, that was the worst. I think that I just had a sip of this, and now that it's warmed up to probably about 60 degrees, I actually don't taste as many off flavors. But it might also be because I rinsed my mouth out with soap or with water and
soap. Huh?
Yeah, I was swearing a lot today. But
another thing I want to bring up this time because I won't remember. So my neighbors came back from Alaska, and they brought me 12 packs of the Alaskan brewery beers, which are just phenomenal. If you guys get your hands on those at all, I had their IPA, which is really good. That's more fruit forward. It still has some of the the piney notes too. So, but it has quite a bit of fruit to it. Get a cloche, an amber, and what's the other one? Oh, I don't remember now. But I'll have to show it off like next stream.
Was it the red?
That's the amber.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've had them before, and I've liked them. I know they have them at Total Wine, so maybe I'll pick up a couple of 4-packs or 6-packs or whatever, and then split some with Jason when he's here. But yeah, I think that that's one of my favorite breweries, and I don't know why. I feel like they have it a lot in the UP. When I was up in the Upper Peninsula, they had a lot of the Alaskan breweries and stuff. There's one up there too that's really good.
KBC.
Yeah, Keweenaw Brewing Company. There was Finlandia University College of the Keweenaw.
Yeah.
Is their shirts. FUCK was that they had it on a shirt, so like all the Michigan Tech kids would go buy them. I was like, that's awesome. I didn't know it went out of business.
Last year they announced they were shutting down. Ran out of whatever. Sucks because they were, well, probably, but
funding. I don't understand how colleges work, like public colleges and like when you have to pay to go there, but they still get funding from the state potentially because they're considered public. That's that's a different podcast. Totally different podcast.
I like Upper Hand. I think
that was the one I was thinking of because it's like
that was like really good. Mm-hmm.
The picture looks like a hand.
Yep. Everything I've had from them has just been phenomenal, and
they do like the Michigan logo.
Mm-hmm. And they're really cool artwork too. Hopefully, they don't change anytime soon.
We should go to a trip. I'd love to go. Oh man, I miss it every day.
Yeah, I thought I hated it, and then
they're in a heartbeat.
And then now that they've lifted, because driving through the UP was so stressful for me, because we would always go 70 in a 55, and it was just terrifying. Well, now they've raised the speed limit to 65, so it's not as terrifying. And like, it's not terrifying because of like you're going too fast, because it was just a straight road. There's a thing they call the Seney Stretch, and I think it's either 45 or 55 miles of just completely straight road. Like there's there's a railroad track on the other side, and then a 2-lane highway, like both ways. And it's just completely straight. Like if you get behind a logger truck, they're going 70. And like you can't like I've had them like air brake behind me because I was like terrified back in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was driving through there and had like your fuzz busters. I don't know if you guys know what that is. The radar detector.
Radar detectors?
Yeah. We used to call them fuzz busters.
You remember the juvenile prison up there?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You drive by it.
Yep, drive right past it. Yep, that's
right by
that's for
it.
juveniles. And I'm like, that's for juveniles? Wow, those must be some badass kids.
I'm pretty sure that is in the Cine stretch. Like they probably should film horror movies there. I think it's since closed, but.
But then you got the Supermax that's in Marquette. I went to North Michigan University for a semester, and like, there's a Supermax here. That's terrifying. Like, if they ever got loose, like everyone's dead, right? Fun fact, and then I'll drop the subject. So they had a hockey league at the Supermax in Marquette back in the 50s, I think it was, and they challenged the Red Wings. So the Red Wings went up there and like demolished them, like 20-0 or something like that. But still, like, I think it was probably the only time the pro hockey team played against a bunch of murderers.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have watched any of the Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney stuff. They're doing a Welcome to Wrexham. Basically, they bought a soccer team, and there's a documentary on it in FX or whatever. And I don't like sports all that much, but the way that soccer or football in the UK and stuff is run, where they have like divisions and like you can like get relegated or promoted between the divisions, is amazing. Could you imagine like how low down the freaking Lions would have been losing? Like, I think they lost like 40 games in a row over like 3 seasons. Like, it was so bad. But yeah, I think that I think that that's the coolest part of it. But that documentary is actually very interesting to watch.
Yeah, but it's very entrenched over there, though. Like, I get that the NFL sure is entrenched here, but it's a very small group of people. There's tons of teams over there, and everyone has each city has their own football club. It's
and the one he's talking about is like, what, it was 200 years old or something like that, or the field is anyway.
Yeah,
so
the field is like the oldest one. It was pretty interesting. It's worth a watch.
It's not too bad. It's not. I don't know. It's not a normal documentary. I don't think. It's like a dramedy. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching The Office. Yeah. It was very interesting. Do you? Never mind. There's I was going to ask if you had any desire to brew just an Imperial lager, if you would ever think about brewing it. Not necessarily what would your brew be, but would you ever try and do it?
Would I ever
Imperial?
do? I don't know. With anything Imperial, okay, so yes, but to stick with the lager topic, I'm not sure. I've never had too many high gravity lagers to begin with. I mean, I think the highest is probably 6.5%.
Yeah, like what would they have to do to get this to 14% before it's barrel aged? Or I guess maybe I don't think barrel aging is barrel aged. Does it? Does the barrel aging? I think you still
seep out some alcohol from the barrels and stuff like that, or they even add in liquor. But yeah, you would have to, like, it's essentially either double the grain bill or add a bunch of fermentable sugars, like a crap ton, so like 5-10 pounds or whatever. But even then, you have to like be careful on what yeast strains you use, because some only go so high and then just die. So you may have to double up the yeast as well, and I feel like any of it would be interesting.
Because I feel like that champagne yeast or the wine yeast ends up giving it a flavor, a very distinct flavor.
Okay, yeah.
And because I could taste that when I was doing I used it for some stupid reason in my cider, because there was no reason for me to do it, but it made it taste very bready, and I wasn't a super big fan of it.
Yeah, especially with ciders, there's definitely more cider Pacific East out there now, which is nice than there was when we did it, I think, and that's just recently.
Right.
But
Which is
yeah,
nuts.
but overall, yeah, I would definitely like to try some type of Imperial. Like, I would probably do Imperial stouts. I seem to like those the most. If I did Imperial stout, it'd be like an Imperial milk stout or pastry stout, because I think those are easier to drink because you have a lot of alcohol, but you also have like the maltiness and sweetness, maybe some chocolate notes that kind of balance the alcohol. And Jason's having a hard time swallowing that one.
It's
It's like me at the sour.
yeah. I'm gonna stay thumbs down. It's not for me.
I'm
I've-
actually going thumbs up. As it
It
warmed
hasn't
up,
changed much for me.
it
It
got,
hasn't changed much.
That's very well for you. Sorry. I'm getting more caramel notes,
right.
which is nice.
I'm either my mouth is just used to that gross flavor, or but I'm not gonna have a hard time finishing it. Oh yeah, my whole face, is bright red.
Yeah, it's 14%. I mean,
Yeah. This is gonna be the sipper for the evening.
right. I'm halfway through it, and I feel like maybe I just slow down.
I thought you were gonna say
we got
slam
one.
it.
Too weird.
Yeah, but you can't see it. But these are my notes for tomorrow to pick up my stuff. Oh, there you go. Oh,
Oh, nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't. I love brewing. I just like giving away my beer. I don't really.
Yeah.
If I get a couple glasses, I'm gonna go with that. I just love
I can
sharing it
see
with people.
that.
That's more fun.
Even when
me.
I collected, like I said earlier, when I had cases of stuff. It's like, oh, I'd give it away. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, I did. So when Founders did their, was it the Better Half Deep Cut and Better Half, and then the original Curmudgeons, like I gave my friends, like, here's a 4-pack, you can try all of them and see how they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love giving away beer, even the stuff I bought.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I wanted to like build the Keyser and the kegerator or whatever, because it's like I want people to experience some of those beers. And then I think what triggered my memory was seeing that your party that they had like just a little one. I forgot that they would just sell littler versions of it. So I'm like, cool. Well, we could get like an Oktoberfest that we actually like, and then just put that on tap, and then have like an Oktoberfest party or whatever. Because if it'll last pretty long, I like Oktoberfests. I don't know if I would like to drink 5 gallons of it, but
Yeah, you and your friends might.
right. So
Get
Cool.
good Marzen.
yep, Marzen or a fest.
So I'm thumbs down. Where are we at the end of this?
I'm
Jeremy,
thumbs
Mike?
up. It's
Okay.
I'm about halfway because I said I still get. I mean, I'm getting different flavors, but I still get a lot of the other stuff I described earlier, like the bitterness, the peppers, the stuff. I've had better barrel aged beers. I've had worse. I
Yep.
definitely had worse. And I felt bad because Jason, not to take up too much time, but Jason gave me a very expensive sea salt caramel porter
Which I haven't
that was
tried.
barrel
So
aged, and I did not like. I let it sit overnight. I put it back in the fridge. I tried it again. I was like, I just can't do it. Like I tried it, just
I didn't like it.
I care for it.
well,
Too much salt. Way too much salt.
Still have a bottle of it, so I'm gonna sit on it because there's no way I'm gonna get to it anytime soon. And I'm not gonna drink a bomber by myself. So maybe we'll do
You
a.
can.
I could. But yeah, like maybe next time we're all together, or, let it age for another year, and we'll open it up.
Right.
I heard somebody's got a basement that might be real perfect for a
Yeah,
podcast.
Yeah, right here. I got my keys already.
Yeah, it's true. He's been ready for a while.
Yeah, we'll do one at everybody's house. That'll be perfect.
There you go. Yes.
Not my basement. I gotta clean.
We don't have to do it in your
happening.
basement.
Good.
We'll just turn the cameras off. Well, on that note,
I'd like to say thanks to all our viewers and our listeners, if that one person that's not one of us has listened to this podcast. Really appreciate it. If you guys have anything that you guys want to suggest, please do. But also remember to have a pint with your pals.
if you don't have any pals, you can have a pint with us. So cheers to you, and please drink responsibly.
And to all of our new listeners, all 0 of you, yeah, let us know what you would like us to drink. Join our Discord. If there are new listeners, feel free to chime in. Let us know what you think. What should we change? What should we drink next?
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.